Have you ever felt like you are living the same day over and over again? The same challenges, the same frustrations, the same limiting thoughts. It feels like you are trapped in a cycle, a loop you cannot escape, no matter how hard you try. This feeling of being stuck is not just in your head. It is a very real energetic and neurological state. Many spiritual traditions call this samsara, the endless cycle of repetition. But what if I told you that this cycle is not a life sentence? What if it is simply a program, and you have the power to rewrite it? Your entire existence can be transformed, not through some monumental external event, but through a series of subtle, internal shifts in perception. These shifts are not random. They are part of a profound, intelligent design, orchestrated by the very fabric of reality itself, the quantum field. This is not about wishful thinking. This is about understanding the fundamental laws of the universe and your role within them. You are not a passive observer of your life. You are the principal creative force. The reality you experience is a direct reflection of your internal state of being, your dominant energy, your frequency. So, if you are tired of the reruns, if you are ready to break the loop and step into a new reality, then you are in exactly the right place. Because the key to your freedom is not outside of you. It has been inside you all along, waiting to be unlocked. The solution to breaking these repetitive cycles lies in consciously engaging with the quantum field. This field is not some distant, abstract concept. It is the infinite, intelligent sea of energy and potential from which all physical reality emerges. Think of it as the ultimate source code of the universe. According to quantum physics, everything is energy. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, they are not just idle brain activity. They are specific frequencies that you are constantly broadcasting into this field. And the field, in its infinite intelligence, responds. It mirrors back to you a reality that perfectly matches your broadcast. This is the deeper meaning behind the famous observer effect, demonstrated in the double-slit experiment. When physicists observed particles, the particles behaved differently than when they were not being observed. Your focused attention, your consciousness, literally influences the behavior of energy and matter. You are the observer of your life. Where you place your attention is where you place your energy, and that is what you call into form. If your attention is consistently focused on lack, on problems, on past hurts, you are instructing the quantum field to organize itself into a reality that reflects more of the same. To change your life, you must change your frequency. You must learn to consciously and intentionally broadcast the signal of the reality you wish to experience before you see any physical evidence of it. This is not about fighting your current reality. It is about rendering it irrelevant by creating a new one from a higher level of consciousness and a more coherent energetic signature. So why is it so difficult to simply change our frequency? The answer lies deep within the architecture of your brain and nervous system. Neuroscience has shown that about 95% of who you are by the time you are in your mid-30s is a set of memorized behaviors, emotional reactions, and unconscious habits. This is the domain of your subconscious mind. Your subconscious is not malicious. It is a highly efficient processor designed to automate your life, so you do not have to consciously think about every single action, from breathing to driving your car. The problem is that this program was largely written during your formative years, based on your experiences, especially those with a strong emotional charge. Every time you had a powerful emotional experience, your brain created a lasting memory. Over time, these memories and their associated emotions formed the foundation of your identity, your personality. You began to see the world not as it is, but through the lens of these past emotions. If you felt abandoned as a child, you might unconsciously seek out situations that re-trigger that feeling of abandonment in your adult relationships. If you grew up with a sense of scarcity, you might find it nearly impossible to hold on to wealth, no matter how much you earn. Your body has literally become addicted to these familiar emotional states. It is a biological and neurological feedback loop. You think a thought, which produces a chemical feeling, which then prompts you to think more thoughts that match that feeling. This is the biological mechanism of samsara. You are not just mentally stuck. You are biochemically trapped in the past. To truly transform, you must become a conscious editor of this subconscious program. This requires moving beyond intellectual understanding and into embodied practice. It is a process of unmemorizing the old emotional states that have defined your past and reconditioning your mind and body to a new future. The first step is radical awareness. You must become a vigilant observer of your own thoughts, your emotional reactions, and your habitual behaviors. When you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought or feeling a familiar negative emotion, you cannot just try to suppress it. Instead, you must consciously acknowledge it without judgment. Say to yourself, "This is the old program running. This is the emotion I have been addicted to, but it is not who I truly am." This act of observation creates a space between you and the program. In that space lies your power. From this place of awareness, you can make a new choice. This is where tools like meditation are not just for relaxation. They are for neurological reprogramming. When you sit in meditation and quiet your mind, you are telling your body that it is no longer in charge. You are shifting from being a victim of your internal chemistry to being the master of it. You can then intentionally cultivate the emotions of your desired future. What would it feel like to be abundant? What would it feel like to be deeply loved? What would it feel in your body to be whole and healed? By generating these feelings in the present moment, you are literally changing your brain and body chemistry. You are sending a new signal to the quantum field, a signal based not on the memories of the past, but on the vision of the future. This is where epigenetics comes into play. You are signaling new genes in new ways, telling your very cells to build a new reality from the inside out. Let's deepen this understanding. The state you are aiming for is one of coherence, a perfect alignment between your thoughts, your feelings, your heart, and your brain. When you are in a state of stress, fear, or frustration, your energy is incoherent. It is like static on a radio. You are sending a chaotic, weak signal into the quantum field, and the feedback you get is a chaotic, frustrating reality. But when you can align your mind and body, when you can hold a clear intention with an elevated emotion, you create a powerful, coherent electromagnetic signature. This is the language the universe understands. It is no longer just a thought in your head. It is a state of being that resonates with the potential in the quantum field. This is not a new idea. Ancient spiritual traditions have taught this for millennia. The Vedanta philosophy speaks of Brahman, the ultimate unified reality, and Atman, the individual self, which is ultimately one and the same with Brahman. It teaches that the external world, or Maya, is an illusion projected by our own consciousness. When you shift your consciousness, the illusion changes. Similarly, the Bible states in Proverbs, "As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." Notice it does not say, "as he thinketh in his head." It says in his heart. This points to the critical union of thought and emotion, of mind and body. This is heart-brain coherence. The heart generates a far more powerful electromagnetic field than the brain. When you feel gratitude, joy, or love in your heart, and you combine that feeling with a clear intention in your mind, you become a powerful creator. This process is about moving from a Newtonian model of reality, where we see ourselves as separate physical bodies trying to force things to happen, to a quantum model, where we understand we are multidimensional beings of energy and information, connected to an infinite field of potential. You stop trying to control every detail in the 3D world and instead focus on mastering your inner world, your state of being. You manage your energy, not your problems. When you get this right, when you achieve this state of internal coherence, you begin to resonate with a new future. Like a tuning fork, you vibrate at a specific frequency, and through the law of resonance, you naturally attract people, opportunities, and events that match that new frequency. You do not chase the future, you magnetize it. So how do you integrate this into your daily life? It starts the moment you wake up, before you pick up your phone, before you let the problems of yesterday flood your mind. Take a few minutes to consciously connect with your future self. Do not just think about your goals, feel them. Embody the person you are becoming. Spend time in a meditative state, rehearsing your future. Feel the gratitude for it as if it has already happened. This practice primes your brain and body to look for evidence of your new reality throughout the day. Throughout your day, practice catching yourself. When you feel a negative emotion arise, do not judge it. Pause. Breathe. Acknowledge the old program. And then consciously choose a different response. Ask yourself, how would the version of me who is living my dream life handle this situation? This is not about being fake or pretending. It is about actively choosing to operate from a higher level of consciousness. You are training yourself, moment by moment, to break the unconscious habits of the old self. I want you to engage with this process right now. Take a moment and think about one repetitive, limiting pattern in your life. It could be a thought, an emotion, or a behavior. Now, I want you to go to the comments section and declare that you are breaking this cycle. Write it down. For example, I am no longer available for the feeling of unworthiness, or I am breaking the pattern of procrastination today. The act of writing it down and sharing it with a community of like-minded creators is a powerful statement to yourself and to the universe. It is a declaration of your intent to change. As you begin this journey of transformation, you must be prepared for the challenges that will inevitably arise. The most significant of these is doubt. Your analytical mind, conditioned by years of sensory evidence, will scream at you that this is not working. Your body, accustomed to its chemical diet of stress and fear, will send cravings for those familiar emotions. This is a critical phase. It is the moment where your past self is fighting for survival. You must hold the vision of your future with more conviction than the reality of your present. This is an act of profound faith, not in something outside of you, but in the power of your own consciousness. During this period, you will start to notice signs of alignment. These are often subtle at first. You might think of an old friend, and they suddenly call you. You might have a question in your mind, and the answer appears on a billboard or in a song on the radio. These are not coincidences. These are synchronicities. They are feedback from the quantum field, winks from the universe, letting you know that it has received your new signal and is beginning to reorganize itself around you. Your job is to acknowledge these signs with gratitude and see them as evidence that your new reality is on its way. Understand that for your new life to be born, parts of your old life may have to fall away. A relationship might end. You might lose a job. This can feel scary and chaotic, but it is a necessary clearing process. The universe is removing what is no longer in vibrational alignment with the future you are creating. You have to trust this process of reorganization. You are not falling apart. You are falling into place. You are in a state of becoming, and that requires shedding the skin of who you used to be. Every time doubt creeps in, remind yourself of the physics. You are an energetic being broadcasting a frequency. Trust that the law of resonance is as real as the law of gravity. Stay committed to your inner work, and the outer world will have no choice but to transform. You are standing at a profound crossroads. You can continue to live by the programs of the past, allowing your subconscious mind and your conditioned emotions to create more of the same, day after day. Or you can awaken to the truth of who you are. You are a divine creator, endowed with the ability to consciously influence reality through your state of being. The universe is not happening to you. It is responding to you. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life. For too long, you have been painting unconsciously, letting past memories and limiting beliefs dictate the picture. Now, you know better. You understand the science. You have heard the echoes of ancient wisdom. Quantum physics reveals that you are an observer shaping the field of potential. Neuroscience shows you how to rewire your brain and recondition your body. And spiritual traditions confirm that your consciousness is the source of all experience. The power to break the cycle of samsara, to step out of the familiar past and into an extraordinary future, is within you right now. It is not in changing the world outside. It is in courageously and relentlessly changing your world inside. This journey is the greatest adventure you will ever embark upon. It is the journey of remembering your true, limitless nature. Trust the subtle shifts. Celebrate the synchronicities. Have faith in the transformation that is already underway. You are a masterpiece in progress. If this message has resonated with you, if you feel that spark of recognition in your soul, I invite you to subscribe and join our community. We are here to support each other on this path of conscious creation, of remembering who we truly are. This is not just a channel, it is a movement of awakening,